Hi, my name is Shirayan Samuel and welcome to Alpha Domain. So where did it all start? What's a petrolhead's favorite pastime? Auto trader, right? The what if game. Paging through the magazine itself, if I had a budget of X, what would I buy? And it kept me entertained for months on end. First car was a Colt Galant 1973, hand me down. Loved it to bits. We put a hi-fi speaker in the boot. Wired everything up ourselves, changed the motor at one stage, just like any true petrol head, bottom up, and then got a Ford Escort 1.6 with a Zender body kit. Loved it to bits as well, and one thing led to another, and the next thing you've got 17-inch wheels, and you're talking about a turbo kit for a 1.6 with the tiniest little ports you can possibly imagine. And then physics hits and you realize that after all the money you spent, you're going to get 140 kilowatts at the wheels. And so you learn, and that's the journey every petrolhead goes on. And what's so special about that is everybody's got their stories. What you learn from it though, which is a part of what I started, what you learn from it is you have to trust your tuner, you have to trust the people you work with. You can't just jump around. So you get what you pay for. That's something you also learn in this game. And part of this was through my experience, all the different cars. I mean, now I've settled on a lot of JDM cars, and part of the business is a very specialized piece of it, which is JDM Collective, which is my passion within the business itself. It turns out that it's super popular, not just with me, because you've seen what's happening with Japanese classic car prices. Beyond that also, my background is in finance, but you really flourish when you do what you're passionate about. And I hate to use the word passionate because it sounds very cliche, but it really is. It's something that you love and something that speaks to you. You really take it to new levels. And what's happened to the world is I'm not the only one to realize this, and classic cars have become one of the best performing assets globally. South Africa, we have the added benefit of classic cars where our rand isn't one of the best performing currencies, and these assets are all dollarized, and it's a great investment. It's not just that they're dollarized, but also they're movable. And what's happened in South Africa and the rest of the world is people started realizing that part of your portfolio has to be some classic cars, and the right classic cars. And beyond that, where finance is quite sterile because it's just certain metrics that you use to make investments, cars has got love. It's got something that nostalgia is a very special thing. People buy cars because they remember the emotions that they elicited at different points in their lives. And that's what makes classics, if you ask me, is the memories that come with the cars. But every car has a special place in people's heart, and that special place then has a price as they start getting disposable income. And part of this place is exactly that. I felt that in South Africa specifically, we're missing a platform for classic and properly modified cars, both for showcasing and also for sales and support. And Alpha Domain represents a platform that does exactly that, which offers a place for petrolheads to come, grab a coffee, bring your family with, let the kids relax. JDM is Japanese domestic market. It started off as cars that were made specifically for the Japanese market only, and that was immediate classic status. And now it's grown from there because a big part of the Japanese culture is individuality and expressing your personality through your cars, and it's turned from what was just a classification for Japanese domestic cars into a subculture. And the culture is modify your car, make it an expression of yourself, no holds barred, nobody cares what the next guy thinks. It's all about expression. And the JDM Collective is a part of Alpha Domain, which is my little baby within the business. And even the logo speaks to that. The logo, each of the flowers, each of the cherry blossoms are individual. Just like every owner's car is an expression of his individuality or his or her individuality. Alpha Domain is the platform, which is a 1,000 square meter warehouse. I think it's the right setting for petrol heads and for cars. And what we have in there is we have a coffee shop called Alpha Brew. So everything's got an Alpha affiliation to it. Alpha Brew is our coffee shop, a place for people to relax, get a coffee, get a friezo, something to drink. And what petrol heads love to do, and me personally, one of my favorite things and my greatest motivations is just sit and look at cars sometimes. So we've got a great place for people to sit and view the cars, appreciate them. Alpha Cars is the showroom floor. The floor is there for sales and for showcasing very special cars. So people, that's something that I know I enjoyed as well. Some people are very private about their cars, and I completely respect that, but some people love to share it, but share it in a way that people can appreciate it and not break it. And that's what we're here for, is we provide a platform to showcase some of the very special cars in South Africa. Storage is also part of that, obviously. We have a storage offering as well, that we can bring cars out of storage for showcasing if a client wants, or private storage as well. And that's Alpha Cars. Within Alpha Cars is JDM Collective, and like I explained before, JDM Collective is my baby, focusing specifically on Japanese classics and the JDM culture. Beyond that, we're starting our own detailing called Alpha Detailing, which will be up and running in a month's time. Complements the storage facility and complements the showroom floor with bespoke detailing services. Also, just a general car wash and a quick light detail while you're having coffee. As with the culture, the petrol-led culture, it's all about who you meet. And when people sell cars, they become like their children. So you wanted to go to a good home, and I was privileged enough to meet somebody who gave me a call up and said, listen, I'm selling my car, I'm immigrating, you're my first call, and it had to be done. I unfortunately had to sell some of my other cars, which I loved a bit as well, but that's how you know something is truly special to you, is when you have to sacrifice something for it. And I had to sacrifice some of my other special cars to pick up my R34 GTR, and I haven't looked back since. It lives up to the hype, it lives up to every dream everybody's ever had. It's visceral. The joke I have about it is you got to do a couple push-ups before you get ready to drive. Psych yourself up, have a little conversation with the car. I'm not going to hurt you, don't hurt me, everything's going to be okay, we're both going to enjoy this. And you go out for a drive and you come back and you're on top of the world and you're 4 years old again and everything is awesome. And that's, I think, what makes cars so special, is the driver gets to connect with it on such an emotional level that it brings out the best in you.